Hey gang, Aaron Fisher here with another episode of the Card Magic Minute. This is my chance to share with you some of the profound lessons about card magic that my students are learning every week when they study with me during the course of my online personal training program. Now this week I want to answer a question by Card Magic Minute viewer Scott Klinger, who wants to know what is the correct way to transfer a break from the flesh of the fourth fingertip, or the pad I should say, the fleshy pad of the fourth fingertip, to the right thumb for the overhand shuffle. Now, as Scott has figured out, and most of you have probably figured out, that can be a really weird thing to do because it doesn't quite happen the way you want it to. You sort of have to tilt your hand all the way up, and then you have to tilt this hand all the way down, and then you meet somewhere in the middle, and you go. And Scott didn't use this term in his email, but if you ask me, that process has always felt a little bit like bad sex, not that much fun to do, feels wrong, it's kind of creepy. And this is sort of the situation with it. And I think that's what Scott was trying to ask about, is why that always feels so bad and if there's a way to make it feel better. Well, my first answer to you, Scott, is that is the most reliable way to do it. So if you're not comfortable with the way that I'm going to discuss in a few moments, the way that you're doing it already is fine. You bring the left hand up, you tilt upward, you bring the right hand downward, and the real secret is you smile and relax, and you understand that it's not supposed to feel much better than that, and when you do it like that, it actually looks pretty natural and feels pretty natural. And like bad sex, if you go ahead and smile and relax and get it over with quick, no one's ever going to know it was a problem except for you. And since sleight of hand involves a lot of deception anyway, you might as well get used to that. So my first answer is, go ahead and do it the way you're doing it, but just take the pressure off, because I think, especially for a move like that, if you just relax about it and understand that it's not supposed to feel particularly awesome, it's going to be over so fast and it's going to feel so natural anyway, because those actions are ingrained in the course of your natural behavior, and more importantly, because you don't have any guilt about it, because you know it's okay, it's not supposed to be one of those things that feels awesome to do. And as you'll see, I've done it like 4 times here, it feels and looks actually just fine. So from my own perspective, that method hasn't really been a bummer for me for many, many years, since I just got over it and decided to do it that way and relax about it. Now that said, there is another method you can use, which takes a little bit more practice, takes a little bit more sensitivity, and it's for those of you who are interested in increasing your awareness with a deck of cards. And so this is an exercise for you to work on and think about that, and hopefully learn another method for answering Scott's question. So when your right thumb break is held right here, when you come and take the cards from the side in a real natural position, just right around there, normally people have their awareness on those 2 sides of the packet, on those 2 different packets, right there and there. So what I would suggest to you, Scott, is go ahead and put your awareness in between those 2 spots, in the middle. So imagine the fleshy part of your thumb that takes that break is like a little bit of a needle, and put your entire awareness, your entire mind, and your focus in between, and almost treat your thumb like a needle sticking right in between. Of course, you don't treat it like a needle and stick it in like the tip of your pinky would be in a bad break, or the tip of your thumb in a bad thumb break, but just put your mind in the middle of the 2 packets. And then what you can literally do is, in a nice, relaxed way, swivel the deck right around that position and do the shuffle. And as you'll see, it's completely natural, and with time and practice, it's going to feel great, and it's not going to feel like bad sex at all. You just take the cards and you swivel them around that break, and you throw off to the break. So that's a small exercise you can use that will get you more comfortable with doing this procedure more naturally, more comfortably, and in a more aware fashion. But please remember, it's going to take more time and practice to be comfortable with that in front of an audience. So until you can get to that position, do the other method, and do it, as they say, sin vergüenza, without shame, because a lot of times in magic, that's the answer. You have to do it boldly. You have to lead with your chest and do it without fear. And sometimes that's the best answer we can offer. So that's today's episode of the Card Magic Minute, and I truly hope you enjoyed it. If the stuff we're talking about makes sense with you, perhaps you should consider studying magic with me online. Go to aaronfishermagic.com/coaching.htm and fill out a free student profile. It'll tell me a lot about you and your magic, and I'll get back to you with some ideas on how we can proceed. Studying magic with me online provides you with a safe place to get the support, supervision, and reinforcement you need to grow your magic. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you soon.